Hello there, this is Caesar on Toast, and you're watching another episode, a long-awaited one, of All the Mods 2. Sorry for the delay in getting this one out. I've had a string of problems, and every time I go to report, there's just been something else going on. But regardless of that, this mod pack has been updated so much since the last time I did a video, so there's plenty of stuff that we need to check out today. I did indeed do a video before on Tinker's Construct, then I realized that my audio recording was a bit off, so now I'm using Shadowplay and Audacity. So Shadowplay for the video and Audacity for the sound, so hopefully it might sound a little bit clearer today. The first thing we're going to want to do is I just gone ahead and made this shuriken because I've been lacking a ranged weapon in this world for way too long, and I want to make a mending moss. So this is like mending for your tools except Tinker's Construct. So the idea of Tinker's Construct is you can make all these really customized tools out of different materials and different modifiers. So you can add like quartz for sharpness, redstone for speed, lapis for fortune, etc. But you can also add mending now by having a ball of moss, as you saw I made with the 9 mossy cobble. And if you have 10 levels, you can right click on a bookshelf and see it. I went from 12 to 2 levels there, and we can now use a tool station and apply this modifier. So this will put mending on it. So it says picked up XP is stored in the tool. It will slowly use up the XP to regenerate durability. So here we go. And also I believe there may be iguana tweaks on now. Not when I made this lumber axe, which I will demonstrate in a minute here for you. But basically, the more you use the tool, there's an XP level, you get freebie upgrades on it. So let's go out and give this a go. We should be able to murder some bad guys with it. And hopefully the idea with the shuriken is that you can fire it, you can pick up the things, but also the mending moss will give you freebies back. So I don't really want to kill the wolf. The wolves help me keep skeletons out of this area, even though I haven't tamed them. We could kill the deer. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see how much damage this does. Oh no, that's gone in the water. Hey, it's a 3-shot, so it's not bad, and we should be getting our durability back. So this isn't going to be good against mass enemies. This is basically for thinning out the crowd before they start to swarm me. And then I've got this bronze electrum lumber axe. Let's just take a quick look at that. So it's made of bronze and electrum for the top of it, which gives it buffs to the durability and the shocking aspect. You can see it's kind of glowing, and then when I hit something, it'll discharge an extra bit of damage. So that's really nice, and we'll pick on... Is that a... Oh, that's just an armor skeleton. We don't really want to pick a fight with those guys. I hate skellies in this. Let's see, can we find any of the... Oh, what's that mod called where you get the upgrades to yourself? Cyberware. I want to kill some cyberware zombies and pick up their organs. You know, but I'm not seeing any, so we might have to go ahead and fight these creepers. Fantastic. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That's not bad. And we get our durability back up. Oh no, it's a skelly. Let's see how many shots this guy takes. This does extra damage against undead as well. You could see like there was the... Oh, goodness. 3 shots on skellies, and I'm kind of dying here right now. So you got to be careful about that. But I'm going to go ahead and grab the XP from those dudes, wherever it went. Ah, there it is. And hopefully, yeah, our durability on this is going all the way back up now, pretty much. And we're just going to fly back to the base. And the next thing I want to do this episode is... So we've got the axe, which is able to cut down a whole tree in one go, which is pretty nice. Oh, here's a... Oh, cyberware zombie. So you saw that that did a zap to him. So if we run around a bit, we pick up some static energy, hopefully. Maybe. Can you do that? Oh, it did. So we 2-shot that guy. That wasn't bad. And there's the sound effect for when it gets back up. So we got a protection 2 trench coat. I'm just going to chuck that out because I have body armor already. But that was indeed a cyberware zombie, but he didn't give us any of his organs, sadly. Let's eat and then fly back to base. All the way up. And we just head for the orange beacon. It's usually how I do it. I turned down my render distance, but I think I can turn it back up. It's just when I start my world, it is so laggy that, yeah, you can see it's kind of choppy when I come into base here. But this lumber axe is great. It also does like 3x3 areas of non-tree wood as well. So if you haven't done Tinkers before, basically what we have is a load of custom tools. And you can make them once you have this smeltery, which is a multi-block structure. You power it with lava and it holds lots of metal types in it. Then you can cast things or get blocks out of it, and you need these casts which you can make out of gold. And I just use a stone tool, so you can put like a stone axe head in there, then pour some gold around it, and it will form a cast. So the thing we want now is I think we're still going to use this scythe thing for mining, to be honest. So maybe we don't go for the excavator or the hammer, which do 3x3 mines. So is this still working? Yeah, so this is a lot better than our Tinker tools would ever be for mining a 3x3 area. But we do want to check out some of the other stuff, most importantly the weapons. And for these, I think we're probably going to want to go to the nether to get some of the brand new ores introduced by Tinker's Construct. I think there's Ardite and Cobalt. But the thing is, we need to have a pickaxe that's good enough to mine those materials as well. So you can see if you go through this materials and U book, which you get for free whenever you make some Tinker stuff, you can see there's like a mining level. So obsidian would be the same as like a diamond pick, iron the same as a stone pick, but we want something that can mine up to Ardite or Cobalt, in fact. Yeah. So we need compressed obsidian, and so we need to be crafted in the part builder. So how do we make a compressed obsidian? Is this even from Tinkers? Let's just have a look. I don't want to spend too much time jumping around inventories. It's armor plus. Okay, so we just need 9 regular obsidian to make 1 compressed obsidian, and we just need to make the head of the tool, I believe. So we do have a lot of obsidian here. Let's go ahead and compress it. And can that be uncompressed before I make more? Yeah, so let's just go ahead and compress everything. We also need to check out what we want to use as the handle. So we're going to make a pickaxe out of compressed obsidian. Now this might be a 7.7. I don't know how fast that is comparatively. That's on par with Manulin. Okay. Manulin's pretty good, so we'll be happy with this. Durability, not so great, but we only need this as like a intermediate tool before we go and get the other ones. It's also got terrible attack, and it's got Duratai, which is your tool lasts longer most of the time, so it's got a little bit of a buff for durability. Then we need to make a handle as well as the head, so we want to look at this modifier and the durability. The modifier is a multiplier for how much durability you get. So say you've got this 139, 0.9, so that would reduce the total durability if you used compressed obsidian for the handle as well as the head. So you want to find something that's got 1 or better, and I believe Ardite, so that's one of the ores that we want to get, so we can't use that, but it also gives you minus 200, so that's actually going to be a net loss. Blue slime, not great. I think wood is straight up just one of the best ones. Sponge is squeaky though. It gains silk touch. We don't really want silk touch, I don't think. So bone is 1.1, but it also does... Oh, it does extra damage to you. I thought this one was... it dealt damage to you. Flint, 0.6. And here we go. So wood does get you extra resources, but I think we are going to go with bone here. So let's go ahead and grab up some bones. We'll make the tool rod out of that. And finally, we need to pick something for our extra, which is a small tool binding in the case of the pickaxe. So basically, we want to look at what gives us most durability for free. So I think we should go for... Obsidian looks pretty good. Or we could do prismarine, but we don't actually have much prismarine. Yeah. Let's just go for obsidian for that, since the rest of it's obsidian too. So do we have all the stencils needed to make that tool? No. So we need, first of all, the tool rod. Yeah, so we got a tough tool rod. We just want a regular tool rod. And we also need the pickaxe head. And we're going to need to make another one of these stencils. So that can be done in the crafting station, and all we need is wood. So let's go ahead and do this. And I've been using Tinkers for years now, so nothing much has changed overall. It's just balance and stuff that gets tweaked between updates pretty much. So here we have tool rod, pickaxe head, and binding. And we can now make our tools out of those. So let's go ahead and deposit that. That was to make the shuriken. So I said we would use the compressed obsidian to make the pickaxe head. So there we go. We needed 2 of that. That's pretty expensive, and we can see the stats there on the right for the whole tool. So let's just go here, and then we wanted a wooden rod. So let's go with that. That takes 2 sticks to make, and finally we want the binding. So that takes 2 obsidian. Fantastic. Oh, it only takes 1. So that's even better. And then finally we need to use the tool station, select our pickaxe, and we can put it together here. And I'm not going to bother putting any upgrades on this. So this does 254 durability, mine's cobalt, at a speed of 7.07, has rubbish attack, and we could put 3 modifiers on it, but I'm not going to waste anything with that. And the next thing we want to do is probably deposit some stuff into our chest that we don't really need to bring with us, and we are almost good to go. So let's just dump this off, and wood. Sorry, this is a bit boring, but you got to make sure that you don't accidentally bring too many things. And let's just bring a ranged weapon for good luck, and we don't really need the materials and U-book either. Excellent. So I'm just going to hang the book up, and we will be able to go to the nether to go do some mining. So we're looking for 2 kinds of ores, and I don't even know where I'm going in my base. It's been so long since I've been here. And one is blue, and one is kind of yellowy. So it's not going to be anywhere too near here. So the fortress is off to the left. So let's head off to the right then. In this direction, and make sure we've got the blink spell on, otherwise we're going to find ourselves swimming in lava very quickly here. Oh, so we have been out in this direction, so let's head out to the right then, and hopefully our wings have good durability. Yep. So we're looking for a kind of dark bluish ore, and I'm wondering if that's it. No, that's lapis, but I will take lapis because we need that for modifiers in Tinkers. So always very useful to have, and I should actually use the Omni Mine 3x3 for that. Oh, that's some nice XP, because we are going to need to get the mending moss before too long here. So just looking out for this ore, even in the ceiling. It could be anywhere, and usually it only comes in pockets of 1. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around here for a little bit and see if I can't find a lot of this ardite ore. Or cobalt and ardite, in fact. So I'll join you when I... Alrighty, we've found our first bit of cobalt ore. That didn't take too long to find at all. I think we are only 447 meters away from our portal. So that's pretty nice, and I think I saw some more in the ceiling over there. We are going to need a considerable amount of this stuff because of the nature of the tools that we're building. And also I'm going to need a lot of quartz. I think we're going to make a sword. That's what I said we'd do. So we just want a really OP sword. And I've just noticed over here. So I think Natura got added to the pack at some stage while I was kind of on hiatus there. And it's got these really cool trees, ghostwood. And I think, let's just have a look at what the planks look like for that. I kind of forgot that this was added. So yeah, it has these really cool like black and white planks. And... my base, in fact, is black and white, so we might want to come back and farm up some of these trees. I wonder, do they grow on netherrack? Yeah. And there's also this tainted soil, so we could make quite a creepy build using these materials from Natura. There's a whole host of stuff that you can see here. Oh, there's another fortress. Sweet. And I see there's some ardite, or cobalt, and there's ardite. Sweet. Wow, getting... all the stuff that I need all in one place. So let's hop over here, and I can see there's some glowy mushrooms too. Let's check those out while we're over here. Thank goodness we didn't take fall damage there. That could have been bad. I kind of nosedived straight into the wall. So this brings us up to 5, 6, and we do get double, so we probably want to try and get as much as possible before heading back, or as soon as I run out of food. And is that... That's not a dense piece. So most of the time you'll find like 1 or 2 about. Let's see, can we reach up to the ceiling here and place a block in? Might have to jump a bit. Right, let's build up, because this is the other material that we need. I keep calling it the one that I've got. This. So let's just make stairs up, I guess. Pro Minecrafting. If we had a jetpack, which I think there is a good way to get a jetpack now. Oh, and we've got more cobalt. Sorry, I'm just going to search up the jetpack thing while I remember it. Because there have been lots of updates, I've kind of missed obvious things that got added. So yeah. There's mechanism! Oh, I love this jetpack so much! Okay. I know what I'm doing next episode. Fantastic. That's actually made me really happy that mechanism is now here. I knew that it got added and then removed again, but it must have got re-added. So there we go. We can make a mechanism jetpack. Those things are so great. They use like hydrogen as fuel, and they make really cool mechanical noises when you use them. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. But first we want to get a really OP sword, of course. What good is being able to fly about if you can't rain down justice from above? Overwatch reference for those of you who don't know it. So yeah, we've got some really cool Natura stuff here, just to go on a wee tour of the Nether Fortress. So we got these blood trees, which grow upside down, since in the Nether, apparently, according to some mods, gravity's weird, so you had like the liquefied glowstone that flowed upwards before. These glow mushrooms are so cool looking. I really love the design. I believe they're from Natura as well. Yeah, blue glow shroom. And we've also got this cinnabar stuff, Tech Reborn. Not too interested in that. And here we have some ardite. So the really nice thing that we can get from both ardite and cobalt, if we gather enough of these resources, is you can actually make a manulin, which is a alloy of both of them. So we want to use this manulin to make really, really powerful tools. And I wonder, can we see... okay, guess not. I was going to see if you could see the stats of the weapons that you can make using it, but I guess not. But basically I'm going to spend a bit of time here in the Nether up to the end of the episode, really, and then we're going to come back and make a really nice tool out of all the stuff that we gathered. So I will see you in a little bit. Okay, I think I've decided on the materials that I'm going to use to make this, what's this name of the sword that I'm going to make? Whatever this one, the cleaver. So it's a heavy offensive weapon that has powerful strikes but is difficult to wield. Cleavers benefit from high damage. Slow, requires 2 hands. So I don't think we can use a shield, but I never use the shield because it blocks your view. So it's kind of counterintuitive to use it in fighting. So the first thing we need to do, I've made this stone large sword blade, and we need the gold, so we actually need to put in quite a bit of gold here. So in fact, let's just see if we can pour out all the silver. So if we get 3 more silver ingots, we can just pour out a silver block, and then we can put some more gold in. So this is the annoying thing about the Tinker Smeltery. Ideally you'd have 2 or 3 even, so you could have 1 for each thing that doesn't mix, just so you don't accidentally make stuff like bronze and electrum. So we need 3 silver ingots. And I should have sorted this out beforehand, but this is just one way that you can manage your smeltery. So let's just stick in 3 silver ingots. This will use lava as fuel to put these in here. And then we're going to want to make sure you can click on the different metal types. Some of the textures are missing at the moment. I'm not sure what that's about, but it seems to actually swap around a wee bit there. So we've got the molten silver. We now have exactly 1 block, so we can right click this, and whatever is in the bottom will hopefully come out. So can we have that fill up, please? Yeah, so the tank is filling up there. For some reason, some of the graphics for the smeltery are a bit broken. And then this percentage that's appearing in the top left-hand side, and you can see there's a block materializing before me, is how close it is to being done. So as soon as it's done, we can right-click, and we've got our silver block, and there's no more silver in the system. Which means we can go ahead and stick in our gold block. Seems to be going quick enough. So what basically we do is we can make a cast out of the gold, and then we need to put these casts in. So I think we need 2 tough tool rods, we need 1 large plate cast, and then we're going to need this other cast here. And while we were waiting, I was going to make a chest to hold all these different things, so I'm just going to plonk it down there, and we can put in the ones that we don't need. You can't mix the wooden stencils with the golden, or I think you can make them out of other materials, but these casts can't be put in the same chest. And I don't know how big the storage is exactly for this, but I think it's good enough to hold everything, and there's not actually that many recipes in the game. So we're currently making this cast, and this will destroy our stone blade, but that's fine. So I guess we want to do this incrementally, and the first thing we need to do is make the tough tool rods, and we need 2 of those. And because we got some nice bonuses from Ardite, it gives you I actually want to do this out of cobalt, because you get extra 100, you get the lightweight buff, which increases your speed, and it only has a 0.9 penalty, and this gives you minus 200, so I'm not sure if it's going to be the best thing. And this gives you 0.5 at 250. So we're going to go ahead and do a pair of cobalt tough tool rods. So we want to put 3 of our ore in. So you got to put them in their own individual slots. They'll smelt up, and we will put in our tough tool rod cast. The next thing we need to do to make this sword is have a blade for it. And the blade, we've got the cast, takes 8 materials. So that's going to be 8 of whatever. So I think we need 4 of each to make that. So 4 of each. That makes 8. In fact, no, that's going to make 16, I think. So wait, can I do maths? Yeah, so that's 4 materials total, and then that will make up to 8. So we're good there. These are nearly done. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the Ardite and cobalt in. So that's going to make some more alloys. And once these are done, we can start pouring the rods for the tool. And after all this is done, we've even got some modifiers to put on it. So that's going to be really exciting. I think we want to do sharpness and looting for this sword. Although the damage might be high enough that we don't actually need the sharpness. We'll see about that though. So there's our first rod casting. And these things are on their way to being made. This is going to take a while to set in. So while we're waiting, we want the manulin for the... Oh, I think I've done this wrong. Oh, these both take 8, so never mind. And we'll get the second one there. So the Ardite is actually for the... No, this is going to make manulin. I'm confused. So the next thing we're going to have is some manulin, and then finally we need some Ardite. So let's just get 4 of that in. Being very precise with the materials here. So hopefully this creates our manulin in the bottom once this cobalt's done. So you can see it's mixing up there and creating some lovely bits of manulin for us. We've got 2 ingots. We need it to go up to 8. So that's just 4 ingots. That's not enough. So we're actually going to need 2 more there. And I will cut this bit out then, because I don't want to keep you waiting, so we'll just cut here. Okay, we've got everything ready to go here. Our manulin blade is now being cast, and we've got our molten Ardite ready to be made into this large plate cast. So that's actually going to take a little bit. So first off here, why don't we have a look at what modifiers we can place on this, because I'm not sure how many we're going to be allowed. And so let's gather up a couple of resources just so we can see exactly what we're able to get. So let's grab a couple of diamonds. Let's get 4 of these, just arbitrarily taking a few of these out. And let's get a stack of that and a stack of that. And maybe also redstone. That increases the speed, but I don't think this weapon that we're making is designed for speed. And finally, we want to get the mending moss. So that's made out of stone like we did at the start of the episode. So let's grab this, craft it into the regular moss, and we're going to be able to right click with our levels and create the mending moss. Fantastic. And we don't need to eat, but we will need to eat soon. So this has been made now. We've got the blade, and last up we need to use the ardite. Just clicking on it here to get it to go down, and that's pouring in. So it seems like the Tinker's default metals, they're able to be displayed here, but it seems like other things like vanilla and materials from other mods don't show up. So that's a bit weird, but it's something that we've just got to deal with sometimes with mod packs, is a lot of bugs. But today, while playing, I haven't really encountered a lot apart from this stuff. So I think this mod pack is a lot more stable now. And just as an aside, All the Mods 3 has been released in very early beta stages on the Twitch launcher as it is now. And I think it's only got a few mods, but 1.12 mod it is happening, and as soon as that is a thing, I think I'm going to be moving on from this pack, because I always like to be on the cutting edge of mods and see what's new out there. Even if I don't go into too much depth, I just like experimenting with stuff. That's my interest in mods, and other people do a lot of cool stuff with them, but I like just trying out different things. So here we can see we've got a huge amount of durability, 2370, attack 14.21, that's massive, that's 7.1 hearts. We get 3 modifiers, bonus speed of 10% from the 2 cobalt tough tool rods, and stonebound speed. So I think this large ardite plate gives us some bonuses as well. So we got stonebound tool mines faster as it wears out but does less damage. So I'm not sure if that's that great. We might have to come back and revisit this sword eventually. I think you can replace some parts depending on what mods you got installed. We've got the swift, we've got beheading, so we get 10% chance of getting the enemy's head, is pretty nice. And what shall we call this? Let's go ahead and call it Dragon Blade, because Overwatch it's my favorite game at the moment, so forgive me for all the references. And that is huge. It's taking up so much of my face. I also noticed this episode there's a blur effect that happens in the background. It's really nice. It makes the game feel a lot more polished when you got nice visual effects like that. So we're gonna go ahead and add some modifiers to this tool, and we can do that to get a increase in durability to 3,555. A diamond I think only adds, so we actually want the emerald to get extra durability, but we've got 3, so we've got to be careful what we do. That's going to raise it to 8 hearts, and to be honest, that's not really that useful to raise the sharpness, because this already 2-shots people. If we want to 1-shot people, we want to get it up to 20, and that's going to take a heck of a lot of quartz, so I'm not even sure if we want to do that. Adding something like luck is going to be really nice, so I'm going to go ahead and do 1 luck. How much would it be for the second one? We need 180, so that would be the equivalent of fortune 2, and I'm going to go ahead and do mending on it just because that's going to be nice. So yeah, the third modifier, and I think we'll be able to get more by leveling this sword up, is going to be some extra lapis. So we need 180, we've already got 60 on it, and I believe we can edit it in this table too, so that's up to 124. And a good thing I mined so much of the lapis when I went to the nether, because that's very expensive. So that's 188, 172, and we got the last 8 here. Fantastic. So do we have any more modifiers? Oh, in fact, we've got 1 more modifier. Interesting. So can we stick an emerald on that? That's going to make it quite nice. A huge amount of durability. So you can see we've got a massive list of modifiers on that there. Do we have any more modifiers on this? Yeah, we do. So I might stick an emerald on that to go up to 60. That's an extra 20. How much would a diamond get? So here we've got it. Basically, the emerald is a multiplier and the diamond is a straight up add. So in this case, when we got a really low amount of ammunition here, it's actually a lot better to do the diamond. So let's stick that on. We still get 1 more modifier. Another diamond we can't add. I guess that would make it quite ridiculous if it's stacked. And this adds an extra 20 to it. Does it add any damage? Nope. So what if we added some emerald to that? That gives it a nice amount of extra damage, actually. At this level 5, takes about 4 shots to take out non-undead and 3 shots to take out undead enemies. So 7's going to make it more like a 2-shot for undeads, maybe. If we bring it right up to full, that is. And I don't think we actually need the extra durability, so let's go ahead and fill it up on quartz. And then we have our ranged Tinker's Weapon and our melee weapon all sussed out. So yeah, that brings it up to 7.69, which is 7.5. 2 shots is 15, 4 shots is 30, which is 15. So we should be able to 4-shot everything in the game apart from bosses, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and deposit all the stuff that we don't need from our inventory. We got a lot more of this cobalt and ardite, so maybe next time we start to think about making proper tools out of that. Although I did mention that the omnidirectional 3x3 mining tool is the best one. And we did do that in a previous episode. I believe that wasn't in something that got deleted. So let's go ahead and drop these off, and drop this off, and our book. Oh, in fact, we can leave this behind as well. And grab a little bit extra food for our travels. Let's just stick that in the lunchbox here if we got space. Yep, so got some of that. And we won't run out of food while we go out fighting stuff. And sun's about to set, which is perfect. Everything worked out this episode very, very nicely. Yeah, so we can stop carrying around the side blade because that's trash now, basically, compared to the other stuff that we've got. Got some creeper holes there. So let's... I hear explosions. What? Oh, mana creeper. What? Why did something blow up there? Let's see if we can one-shot this guy. Nope. I believe it will be a 2-shot. Yeah, there we go. And we got a lot of stuff off of it, including solidified experience, which we actually have needed for some things for a while now, but I haven't been able to get hold of. So I wonder if something's changed in the config. Wow, that guy looks... Is that a cyberware skelly? He's... Sounds like a zombie, in fact, but he had a bow. That was weird. What's the bow? Power 2, not bad. So we 2-shot that guy, and he was wearing armor. Yeah, 3-shot the creepers, pretty nice. And this was a... I don't even remember if this was in an episode. This was a failed Enderman farm that I just had to dig up to get out of. I have some horrendous builds sometimes, and they shouldn't make it onto YouTube. It's an embarrassment, really. I am just destroying everything. I wonder why there's so many mobs about during the day as well. And apparently some under the ground here. Oh, bees. Avoid the bees, they sting. Yeah, so I guess that's going to do it for this episode. I'd like to make a big thank you to everyone who subscribed to me recently. We're up to 240 subscribers as of last night before I recorded this, so that is absolutely amazing. I never thought I could get that many just off doing modded Minecraft videos, but there you go. You're out there, and thanks very much for watching. We were also approaching 5,000 views for the first episode of this series, so I'd like to thank everybody for that as well. This has been a great experience for me, and I'm really excited to do some more recording over the summer. Now that I've worked out how to use Audacity, so I'd never have to rely on Shadowplay's really, really rubbish audio in the future. But that's going to do it for me for today. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you very soon this time in the next episode. Alright, bye bye.